All right, so let's continue. Let me just get to the right place here on the browser. All right, so in the last video, we created a master prompt. Uh, if I go all the way down, I think it will be, yes, there it is. Is it the master prompt? Example prompt structure? Yes. So here we have the whole master prompt. If you copy it and paste it into a text file and save it, it is now there to use uh, every time you're going to create a project with an ESP S3 board. It also, if I just want to go through this master prompt so you understand it properly. We started off with, and by the way, it is in the lesson, this master prompt. If you want to go through it yourself, but the easiest, just create your own. Get used to creating your own things. Get used to not relying on other people like me to create things for you. Now there is many prompts that we will that you will have, uh, as we do the last part of this tier. That is extensive work done by us, and those prompts, please just use them. All right, it's a benefit of doing this tiers, but small prompts and so forth. You know what, like this, learn how to do it yourself. You'll find actually that if you're creating master prompts, that becomes nearly your secret sauce in a way, because you keep on adding things to it to improve how the code will look like after it has been generated by AI. So those master prompts you'll start saving up, and you'll use it throughout your project development exercises and also in real life. But there are prompts that we spend a lot of time on that includes many additional things that will take you forever to do yourself. Those prompts, I will highlight them and they'll be available for you. Yes, use them. Don't. That's part of this, the perks of this course, like I said. So, but let's continue. So we did do the IO pins for us, even notes around it. Then it went and did the libraries as we requested. And it even gives some code snippets on how to use it. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, exclusion defaults, saying don't use Wi-Fi in each and every project if it's not needed, right? So we don't want to run into big programs where there's Wi-Fi and all stuff included. That's not required for that specific project. So they gave quite a good master prompt. Like I said, you copy it, use Notepad, open Notepad, paste it into your Notepad, and then save it with a name that makes sense, like ESP32S3 master prompt, right? And then what will happen is, uh, when you're going to start your next project, I'm going to run through quickly just how to use this prompt and how to add to this prompt. So my first prompt, I just I copied the master prompt, into a prompt window, and I just said, please create a project that tests all the components. You can expand on it by saying, this project is for a company that produces ESP32 boards, and the QC team will use this program to test the boards as it comes from the production line. And that's all I said. And it then created this big sketch for me that does all kinds of tests to test everything on the board. All right, I did run into a problem. Yes, let me go down faster. Oh, by the way, it also shows you how to test the board. Then I run into an error just to discover I haven't installed the bounce library. All right, so you go obviously to your Arduino IDE, go to the libraries and search for bounce 2, and then simply install that. I did that, and I run into another problem, and this is the one I want to discuss now. It came back and said, you know what, you're using core 3 point whatever, so it's a core 3, but what it used was a core 2 ESP version. So this version is when you install your ESP board in the Arduino IDE. Let me just go there so you can see what I'm talking about. So when you go to boards and I say ESP 32, we installed this board, and this board is the core 3.35 board, right? So previously there was also a core 2 and obviously a core 1 before that, and this is what it's talking about, basically saying that it gives us code for an older version of the ESP board software that we have. So I said, all right, fix it up, and it did. But the thing that I want to explain in this video is that after it fixed it, I said, you know what, I don't want to run into this problem again, right? I want to handle it in our master prompt. So I then went and simply said, please add to our master prompt the version ESP32 core 3, so we always will check for compatibility. Create a full new master prompt with this information I can paste into the existing master prompt. So here it comes back and say, here's your updated master prompt, compatibility information, integration throughout. This includes the new LEDC API, because that's where the problem were, detecting, the backward compatibility of it and so forth. And here you can see that it actually, Arduino IDE tools, it went and do a critical notice to say, you know what, use the right version. And there we have a brand new master prompt that we can copy and replace with our old master prompt. Because a master prompt, as I said, you're going to keep, and you can also keep on adding to it. So if you run into an error and you think, you know what, it can again come up with this error, so let's fix it in the master prompt, you will never see that type of error again. So that's really all I wanted to talk about to you in this lesson, and to explain really that, you know what, we are busy expanding on our master prompt and expanding as we continue. So you want a perfect master prompt in the end, meaning a very good master prompt will give you very good end results, code that works perfectly. Also, you can edit that master prompt, right? If you decide you want to use a different library, for instance, maybe there's a brand new library that just came out that is super cool, you can add it to your master prompt. So that's all I have to say in this video. This is also the last video in this section for our basic AI stuff, and we now move towards more advanced AI coding concepts. So I'll see you in the next video.